teachers had infiltrated the church. And Paul is addressing the false doctrine that they are preaching. It is a lot of false doctrine going out today. Social media has given everybody a platform. And whatever they feel in their mind, they are saying, no matter if it lines up with Scripture or not. But here Paul is addressing the same thing. Some false teachers had infiltrated the church, and he is addressing that. And Paul begins to talk about a thorn in his flesh, something that is causing him pain. I don't know if it's physical pain or spiritual pain or mental pain, whatever type of pain it is, it's a thorn. And the word and the Hebrew word here is means that it is a consistent pain. It is a consistent pain. It doesn't go away, that it is there all the time. Have you ever had a consistent thorn? A thorn that no matter how much fun you had, the thorn was still there to remind you that the thorn was still there. No matter how good the day when you laid down on the pillow, the thorn was there to remind you, hey, I'm still here. And so sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes, if you're going to keep it real with me, sometimes a happy day can turn into a solemn night because the thorn says, hey, don't forget about me. I'm still here. I'm still here. Have you ever had happy days and sad nights where you should have been a happy night, but the thorn was like, hey, I ain't went nowhere. We still here. I'm still here. And this is what Paul is dealing with, some type of thorn that just will not go away. It's so bad that Paul said, I prayed 3 times. Lord, remove this thorn. I don't know what the thorn is. The Bible doesn't tell me what the thorn is. And some speculate, say it was a sickness. Others say it was physical. Others say it was spiritual, a persecution he endured. I don't know what it is because it doesn't tell. But what it does give us is some insight on how it was and what it was. I mean, on how it was and why it was. It gives us insight on how it was and why it was. So how did it get there? It didn't tell us what it is, but how did it get there? It said it was delivered by a messenger of Satan. It was delivered by a messenger of Satan, which is indicating God allowed. Why do you say that? Because when the children of God came to present themselves to God one day, Satan also came. And God asked Satan, what are you doing? He said, I'm going to and fro into the world seeking who I can devour. And he said, have you tried my servant Job? And Satan said, I tried him, but you won't let me get to him. You got a hedge around him. He said, allow me to get to him and I'll make him curse you to your face. This should make you shout. That means that Satan doesn't have uninhibited access to you. He has to go through God to get to you. Which means if Satan had to go through God to get to you, God knows what you're going through, and he said you're strong enough to endure it. I know you think you're not strong enough, but God thinks you are. He say, I'm allowing it because I know you're strong enough. And sometimes the battle, the valley has to come because we don't think we can endure the valley. So God say, I got to show you a valley to let you know that you can get through the valley so the next valley come won't hinder you. I got to show you a valley this time, so next time you say, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will. Sometimes he got to lift the weights for you. See, sometimes he got to rack them for you. Racking the weights means you put the weights on the bar. And you looking at the weight like, I can't lift that. And God say, but I can't lift that. But I can't lift it. Lay down. But I can't lift that. Lay down. Sometimes we won't get on the bench because we won't think that we can do it. But God say, if I'm your spotter, what's a spotter? A spotter is a person that doesn't lift the weight for you, but assists you in the weight lifting. He say, I'm not going to lift it for you, but if it gets to a point to where I see you stuck, I'm going to just give you a little pull. I ain't going to lift it. I'm going to just give you a little pull so you can get past the. Have you ever lifted weights and you got to that one part and you started shaking and your spotter said, hold on. He don't lift it. He just give you a. Sometimes God say, that's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to do. But you got to lay down. And sometimes we get to that point and we want to give up. And God said, I got you. Just a little, and he gives you just a little bit. And so he says how it got here is God allowed it to get there through a messenger of Satan. That's how he got it. Whew. So, can I be real with you? Sometimes I don't like being one of the strong soldiers. Anybody? I mean, we can be real with each other. We family. Sometimes, Lord, ain't nobody else that can be this strong. He said, yeah, I got a remnant for that. But only this is for you. And he say, everything in your past has come to this point. Lest everything in your past matter not. Get on the bench and lift the weight. Lest someone can say he was good or she was good, but she gave up. He was good, but he gave. Don't ever in your life be accused of giving up on God. They didn't hear me. Don't ever in your life be. I don't care if you said it in your head. I just heard a sermon that say private struggles can become public announcements. Don't, even if you feel like giving up, don't say it. Because have you ever felt like giving up? Paul did. That's why he said, I prayed 3 times. I prayed 3 times that this thorn, I don't want this. I can handle that. I don't want this. He said, I prayed for this thorn. He didn't say I prayed for everything. He said, this I don't want. And we know why it came. How? It came through the message of Satan. Why? Because the revelation Paul got was so big. The favor on Paul's life was so great that God said, I have to allow a thorn lest you become conceited with the favor I've given you. Some of us are complaining about the thorn and forgetting the favor. And so we got this thorn in our side and we're calling and complaining and crying about the thorn, but God say, but the favor. Lord, this thorn, but the favor. The favor. And you haven't even tapped into the favor yet. You just got remnants of it. If you start complaining about the thorn, you can walk in the favor. He said, this thorn hurts. We don't know if the thorn was Paul's fault. Sometimes the thorn can be our own doing. Have you ever had a thorn that you fashioned? Your own thorn? We don't know what the thorn was. We don't know whose fault it was. We just know how it came. And we know why it came. It came because the favor on Paul's life was so great that God say, I got to perfect you with a thorn. Wait a minute. That don't make sense, do it? It doesn't make sense. God's favor was so high on Paul's life that God say, if I don't give you a thorn, I can't perfect you. There is perfection in the thorn. Because if you didn't have the thorn, you wouldn't be able to think soberly of yourself. You wouldn't be able to be sober-minded. You would think, I'm blessed and highly favored all the time. I don't drink, I don't chew, and I don't hang with those that do. You would think that you're always riding here. You would think every experience is a mountaintop experience. He said, but I got to give you the thorn because the thorn is going to push you into perfection. What are you saying? I'm saying the thorn is a part of the plan. The thorn was a part of the plan, and you done ran from that thorn, and you can't run from the thorn. Why? It's there. It's going to be with you when you lay down. It's going to be with you when you wake up. It's going to be with you when you drive to work. It's going to be with you when you're happy. It's going to be with you when you're sad. It's going to be with you when you're up. It's going to be with you when you're down. The thorn is going to be there, and you can't pray it away. I know that ain't the way people preach nowadays. You supposed to be happy all the time, and you never supposed to be sick, and you never supposed to have issues, and you never supposed to go through things. But the devil is a lie. Because your days on this earth is short and it's full of trouble. I know this ain't TikTok preaching. But this is Bible preaching. The days on this earth is short and full of trouble. That means that soon as you get out something good, you better be ready to get in something bad. Soon as they say yes over here, expect a no over there. Soon as you get up, just know at some point there's going to be a down. That's just the way it is. Thank Adam and Eve. So, Pastor, you telling me there is no hope that I'm going to always deal with this? I'm going to always go through this? That is not what I said. That is not what this said. It says there is a thorn. You don't know what the thorn will be. I don't know what the thorn will be. Listen, God didn't reprimand Paul for praying. They didn't get it. They didn't get it. Don't just give up and say, this is my lot in life. Paul prayed, and God told us Paul prayed 3 times, and God said, I answered Paul. Wait, if that means if Paul prayed once, he didn't get an answer. Paul prayed twice, he didn't get an answer. Paul prayed 3 times. After the 3rd time, God said, my grace is sufficient. My grace. What is grace? Grace is unmerited favor. Grace is unmerited favor. He says, my favor on your life is greater than the thorn in your side. They didn't get it. They didn't get it. The grace, the favor on your life is greater than the thorn in your side. Yes, the thorn gonna hurt, but the grace is gonna cover it. Yes, the thorn will hurt, but the favor will cover it. Yes, the thorn will hurt, but the favor of God is so high upon you that the thorn shouldn't matter. He says the imperfection that the thorn brought was the very thing that moved Paul in the direction of perfection. I'm going to say that again. The imperfection that your thorn brought is the very thing that moves you toward perfection. I'm going to say it again. I don't think they get it. The imperfection in your life that the thorn brought is the very thing that's moving you toward perfection. You're trying to find perfection in the world. And so you buy stuff, and you buy stuff, and you buy more stuff, and you buy more stuff, and you buy more stuff, only to realize you can't buy that thorn away. Only to realize, but what you have to realize is buying stuff isn't going to get you there. What's going to get you there is realizing the imperfection that you have is the very thing that's moving you toward the perfection in Christ. And we've been trying to hide our imperfection. Well, Paul said, that's why I boast in my weakness. I boast in my weakness. Why? Because, listen to me. Perfection is not required. You don't have to be perfect to be in the will of God. Perfection is not required. How do you know that? Because God gave Paul a thorn that made him imperfect. What? God gave Paul a thorn that made him imperfect. He was already imperfect, but when he got the revelation, he was. Somebody said, what's the revelation? Paul, was Saul at one point, and he used to persecute Christians. And by persecute, I mean kill them. Hunt them down and kill them. One day, on his way to Damascus, he went blind. Why? He fell off his beast, and the Lord came to Paul and said, Paul, why are you persecuting me? What? Why are you persecuting me? That should make you feel good, because Paul wasn't doing nothing to God. He was doing it to God's people. And God said, whatever you're doing to my people, you're doing to me. That's why he said, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. He said, you ain't got to fight it. He doing it to me. They ain't overlooking you. They overlooking me. They ain't stepping over you. They stepping over me. They ain't talking about you. They talking about me. And vengeance is mine. He said, Paul, it's hard for you to kick against the prick. What's the prick? The prick is sharp. And you kick against it, and you're going to hurt yourself. Because Paul, you're hurting yourself by trying to do the right thing. Because you don't know what the right thing is. Because you don't know me. You don't know what the right thing is, but that's why I'm leery about who pray over me. Because just because you sound good don't mean you know God. And you may have good intentions, but you're kicking against the prick. And so Paul has scales on his eyes, and he went down to his man's house, and the scales fall off. And after the scales fell off, he right away left. And he was caught up in the spirit. And God allowed him to see some things. And God said, don't say everything you see. But when he came down, he had the knowledge of the disciples without actually walking with Christ. He had the knowledge of the disciples without actually walking with Christ. He got the knowledge of the disciples because Christ was at the right hand. So I say, well, Paul didn't see Christ. Yes, he did. He got a chance to see what the disciples didn't see. Jesus sitting at the right hand of the Father. He got a chance to see, peep into heaven. He got a chance to see something that the disciples didn't see. And when he came back, the favor was over his life so hard that God said, you're going to need this. Some of us got so much favor on our lives that God say, you're going to need this. But Lord, I'm tired of limping. You'll be okay. My grace is sufficient. What is I mean, the favor on your life is better, is more than the limp that you have. The favor on your life is more than the limp that you have. And stop crying about the imperfection of the limp and start shouting about the favor of God on your life. Because the favor and the thorn work together. I say the favor and the thorn work together. Because we have a tendency as humans to go to the extreme. Have you ever noticed that? We don't like balance. We do extreme. If something works, it should work, and we're going to keep working it and working it and working it. If something don't work, we're just going to give up on it. Look, we have a tendency to either I love it, I hate it. No in between. But God is a God of balance. God is a God of balance. That's why it rains, then the sun comes. Because God is a God of balance. That's why the wind blows and the wind stops. Because God is a God of balance. God is a God. That's how the gravity that pulls us down doesn't crush us, because God is a God of balance. That's why the sun is where it is, and the earth is where it is. And if it was too far away, we would freeze, and if it was too far close, we would burn. But no, he said, I'm going to balance it where it needs to be. God is a God of balance. He's a God of balance. And so here we have to understand the thorn and the favor. That it's like they're on a scale, and they keep you balanced lest you become too high because you had a victory in Christ and feel like you are God himself, and God say, no, you're not. Or lest you become too low with this door, and God say, you got favor. Come on. God say, you got, but there is balance. For every good, there's evil. Balance. God's a God of balance. That's why he put the tree in the garden. Balance. I'm not going to force you. I want you to choose, because choosing is balance. I'm not forcing you. I'm asking you. And so the thorn and the favor works together to push you toward perfection. And so it doesn't matter what your thorn is. Your thorn doesn't scare God. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Your thorn doesn't scare God. Why? Because he allowed it. God allowed the thorn. And here you are trying to outdress your thorn. Trying to outride your thorn. Trying to buy a big enough house to hide your thorn. Trying to do everything so that your thorn is not seen. But Paul said that ain't the way to do it. Why? He said, because in my weakness, God is made strong. In my weakness, he is made strong. What this does not mean is in order for him to be strong, I must be weak. God is strong, has been strong, will be strong, always was strong. It's just strong. He was strong before strong was strong. Before there was even a word to call him strong, he was strong. How do you know that? Because in the beginning, God created the heavens. And listen to the ramifications of that. In the beginning, which means if he was there in the beginning, he had to exist before the beginning. In the beginning, God created. I heard this girl say the other day, she was on TikTok and just foolish. She say, I don't understand why people think God made man first. Why he say it don't make sense that God would create man first when man comes from woman's womb. I said, key word, create. We don't create, we reproduce what was already created. And so if God chose to create woman or God chose to create man, that was his choice to create what he wanted to create, but we can't create nothing. We are just producers. And so I gotta go. Your thorn doesn't scare God. Because in your weakness, he is made strong. That means that when you are weak, his strength shows. Because when you're strong, you kind of look like you don't need God. But in your weakness, it's when you don't have and God still gives. It's when you don't know and God still provides. It's it's when you're lost but you still found your way. It's why? And they say, how did you do it? Because in my weakness, God showed himself strong. It's not that he needed me to be weak to be strong, but I needed to be weak so that people could see how strong he is. And so Paul said, I boast in my weakness. What does that mean? I tell everybody how weak I am. Why? So they will know I'm weak, but look at me. I don't have the money, but watch me strut. I don't look. I don't know where my next meal is coming from, but look how big I done got. In my weakness, no matter what I'm going through, God has always shown himself faithful, has always shown me favor. So it doesn't matter what I go through. I boast in my weakness because in my weakness, he has shown himself to be strong every time. So what are you saying, Pastor? Don't worry about your thorn. Don't worry about it. Wear it. Don't worry about it. Wear it. Wear it. But what they gonna say? God is great. Because how can you, with that problem, with that issue, with that background, with that situation, how can you, like you are, move like you do? People would kill themselves if they were in your situation. Some people would have gave up a long time ago if they were in your situation. Let's be real. At times, you wonder what the world would be like without you. Oh, you ain't never got that deep in. You ain't never got that deep. Some of us has got that deep to where we're like, look, I wonder would it be better? I don't know. I'm reading. I was just reading. This seems to be not only a man thing, but mostly a man thing. Do I go here? Okay, he told me not to look at my watch. Okay. Where life is so heavy on you, and men, we usually don't have outlets. We have wives, but why would you tell your wife how weak you are? So that she won't believe that you got her. Women, I'm going to just give y'all a glimpse into our psyche. And so sometimes, women, you're beating on a man that has already loaded the gun. I can't look at my watch. He told me to look at. Sometimes, children, you are trying to get from a man who has already picked the space. Because the thorn has become has become too hard. And while you fussing about the trash and you fussing about these clothes and you fussing about the money and you fussing about this, the man is wondering, how can I do this so that they won't see? I'm not saying don't bring up issues. I'm just saying be careful. Because that thorn, that thorn can holler back at me, fellas. That thorn. And when he goes to you and he's like, all right, good night, baby, love you. He turns around like, and he lays in his bed and you like, he watching TV again and he's just staring at the screen. He'll never tell you that he is one more bad issue away from giving you the insurance money. Because the thorn. But I'm so glad that God's grace is sufficient. Because of most of the time when we think about that, something happens to say, oh, I do have something to live for. For me, it's Dad, can I have some money? Or, Daddy, can we go to the store? Daddy, can we go to the store? Daddy, can we go to the store? And it's like, I don't know. Well, okay. Anytime you say I don't know, that means yes. Or, Dad. And you like, so that armpit like right here. I love you. I love you too, son. Get off me. Or it's, and women, y'all don't know how, or it's just a nice, just scratch on the head and a kiss. I love you. Your knees melt, don't they? Boy, them knees get real. But what I want to encourage everyone here, okay, Lord, he released me from that. What I want to tell everyone here, men and women, because I know some women go through it. I know it's not just a man thing. It's also women. But I want to show, I want everybody to know here, everybody in this sanctuary, everybody from smallest to greatest, God's grace is sufficient. What's that mean? There is favor on your life. If you're still here, there's favor. If you're still here, God say, I got you here for a purpose. Stop trying to buy your way out of it. Stop trying to live your way out of it. Stop trying to Instagram your way out of it. You can't get out of it. Wear it like a badge. Wear it like a badge of honor. I boast in my weakness so that when you see me elevate, you will know it wasn't me. It wasn't me. When you see me get over this, it wasn't me. When you see me walking, it wasn't me. So when you see me, you will know it was God that did it. I might get a shirt that says, my thorn, and wear it proud. And wear it proud. Because we never want people to know what we're going through. We never want people to know. And I'm not saying tell everybody your business. But I'm saying you ain't got to hide it. Because guess what? I'm going through something too. You ain't got to hide. You ain't the only one. I'm going through something too.